Shall we begin? The House That Ruth Built by Kelly Bennett, illustrated by Susanna Covelli. As I go through the book, I'd like you to take a really close look at the illustrations because Susanna Covelli did a fabulous job of authentically recreating the look of the stadium at the time and the feel of that first game 100 years ago. And look at those end papers. This is an actual blueprint of the original Yankee Stadium. All of you who are baseball fans know that there's a Yankee Stadium still today right now, but it's not the original one. The original one was knocked down and a new stadium was built across the street. And the place where the original stadium was now is a baseball field. It's called Heritage Field, where you can actually go and play ball, run the bases where Babe Ruth and all of the other players in this game played and ran. The House That Ruth Built. Yankee Stadium, New York Yankees' first official home ballpark, the world's biggest, tallest, grandest, and most expensive stadium of its time, opened on April 18, 1923. A record-breaking 74,217 fans purchased tickets to that first ball game. So many fans attended games, mostly to watch Babe Ruth play, that Yankee Stadium was nicknamed the House That Ruth Built. In that opening game, the New York Yankees played against the Boston Red Sox. Everything smelled of fresh paint, fresh plaster, fresh grass. The New York Evening Telegram. Some ball yard, Babe Ruth. This is a picture. I dedicated the book to my grandfather, and this is him with his teammates in his catcher's uniform. And this is a recreation of a ticket from that first game in Yankee Stadium. It's opening day, Yankee Stadium towers grand, gleaming, and ready. Now, before anybody gets to the ballpark, there's a lot of work that goes on. This is the crew who chalk the field. These are the hands that ready the stands. These are the keepers who post the scores. Here come the boys to stack the bats and shag the balls, that first game in the House That Ruth Built. Bat boys and bat girls. Back then, boys only could be bat boys. They set up the dugout, making sure it was stocked with everything players might need, including towels, water, and snacks. They also stocked the bullpen with balls and whatever the pitcher might need to warm up. Alexis Bush was the first full-time Batgirl in the Major League Baseball. Alexis served on the San Francisco Giants Batgirl for 2 seasons, 2000 to 2001. These are the ushers who welcome the fans. These are the sharps who announce each play. These are the hawkers selling pennants, sweets, hot peanuts, cold drinks. Boy, doesn't that sound good. And have y'all heard of Cracker Jacks? Here come the fans to watch and jeer, boo and cheer. Watch out! Those are the pigeons who roost and swoop and sometimes poop. Everybody wears hats in the House That Ruth Built. Over here is a picture of some of the earliest examples of baseball hats. They've changed a lot, haven't they? Hail the Red Sox to challenge the Yanks. Yanks is a nickname for New York Yankees. Hail the Yankees to take on the Sox. The Red Sox in their uniform back here, and the Yankees leading the way. Back then, have you ever heard of the Curse of the Bambino, or that the Boston Red Sox and the Yankees, New York Yankees, do not like each other? They're called rivals because they are against each other all of the time. But the New York Yankees versus the Red Sox rivalry wasn't just about Babe Ruth. 11 of the Yankees who filed onto the dugout that day game were former Red Sox, including 3 future Hall of Fame players, Babe Ruth, Wadey Hoyt, and Herb Pinnock. I'd be pretty mad too, wouldn't you? Hail the band marching onto the field. There waves the flag, all stand and salute. That first game in the house that Ruth built. Now the Yankees take the field to guard the grass and cover each base. Now the Sox file into the dugout. They stretch and swing as they study each ball. Now the ump to call the plays. Strike or ball, foul, safe, you're out of here. 1 inning, then 2 and half of a third, playing pitch and catch, swapping ups and outs. Bottom of the third, 2 on, 2 out, the Babes up at last. What's the score? The score remains 0-0 until the bottom of the third inning. The Yankees' second baseman, Aaron Ward, made the first hit of the game for the home team. Bob Shockey and Whitey Witt followed with a pair of singles. Then, driven home on a base hit by Joe Dugan, Bob the Gob Shockey made history as the first player to score a run in the new stadium. With the Yankees leading 1-0, 2 outs and 2 runners on base, Witt on third and Dugan on first, the Big Bam, Colossus of Clout, mauling Mastodon, stepped out of the dugout. Finally, Babe Ruth is up, and everybody wants to see. Can he do it? Can he hit a home run? Feet together, Babe taps the plate, then raises his bat. Pitch after pitch through balls and swings, he works the count until Babe Ruth, by the way, was a southpaw swinger. Southpaw means that he was left-handed. About 25% of Major League Baseball players are southpaws. Southpaw hitters stand on the opposite side of the plate as right-handers, and they swing the opposite direction too, which makes it harder for right-handed pitchers. And what's more, Babe Ruth was famous for using a monster bat, bigger and longer and heavier than any other batter swung. 2 strikes down, bat's cocked, Babe waits, watches and waits. He's waiting for the perfect pitch, and everybody is waiting with him. On the field, gloves up, Sox wait, watch and wait. In the dugout, sharp-eyed Yanks wait, watch and wait. In the stands, hawkers and fans crane forward and wait, watch and wait. Will he hit it? Will Babe Ruth hit the next ball, or will he strike out? Finally, the pitcher reclaims the mound. The knee up, knuckles down, windmills his arm, throws the pitch. Swing! This is the Babe who slugged the ball up, up, up. Over the field, over the fence, home run! And christened the house that Ruth built. In the back of the story, I have an author's note with a lot of details about Yankee Stadium and what happened after that game, but I'm just going to read a little bit because I'll bet you want to know what happened. The rest of the story. As Babe rounded third, he took off his cap and waved it all the way home. His pregame wish had come true. But the game wasn't over yet. It was only the bottom of the third, and there were still 6 innings left to play. In the 5th inning, Babe followed up his stellar first ever stadium homer by being the first Yankee to be charged with an error when he muffed a fly ball. As errors go, Babe's didn't affect the game. The score remained 4-0 until the 7th inning, when the Red Sox first baseman, Tioga George Burns, who'd already made the first hit and first error in the stadium, finally scored one for the Sox, off a triple by second baseman Norm McMillan. But one run wasn't enough. the April 18, 1923 season opener, the first baseball game ever played in Yankee Stadium, ended with a score of Yankees 4, Red Sox 1. The Babe was back. And that's all for today. Thank you for listening to The House That Ruth Built. Bye now, and see you at the ballpark.